welcome. In this video, we are going to go over the fight or flight response. And the more we practice this particular yoga practice, the better we are at controlling how we feel and what we do when we have a fearful situation. So in today's class, we are going to work with what's called the psoas muscle. The psoas muscle is otherwise considered to be the fight or flight muscle. So it does wrap around the front of the legs, and it does wrap around the back of the spine. So sometimes when the psoas gets real tight in the front, you're probably going to have back pain, and vice versa. Back pain is going to cause some pain and tightness here in the hips. So that's what we're going to do. And another thing before we practice, you can pause the video. I want you to be comfortable with the practice today because we will be on our knees. I'm going to use a blanket today. If you want to use a blanket or a pillow, either one of those is okay. Also, if you don't have that, you can always roll up the side of your mat to create more of a cushion, okay? So, in saying that, we are going to practice working that psoas muscle. So here we go. Placing your blanket, your pillow, or rolling up your mat, kind of like a quarter down. And what we're going to do now is place the knees right onto this cushion area. So here we are sitting up nice and tall. And we are first this right leg out. So we want to make sure when we place this right leg out that it's not so far that it's straight and it's not so close to the body that you see or feel the heel coming up from the mat. We want to make sure that it's about, let's say, 3/4 of the way out. First thing we're going to do is place the hands right on. Sitting up nice and tall. We're going to take a deep breath here. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. We're going to push forward with the hips. As we push forward with the hips now, you can create your balance here, hands on the knees. If you need to tuck that back toe, you can do that too. But pushing forward and relaxing, and you want to lift up the chin just slightly. And then we're going to come back. So kind of moving in a series here. We're going to have the hands to the side of the body. If this next pose is too intense for you, I want you to go back to the knees, okay? So placing the hands to the body. We're going to push forward and we're going to lift those hands up over the head. So if you stay here, it's too intense for you, please put your hands back down. Or if you want to go further, push the hips forward and arch the back. Only going as far as you can go. Okay, we are going to come back now. So let's place the foot to the side of the body. And it's going to be probably kind of like on the outside of the mat. That's too far. You can keep your foot on the mat, but just going out to the right a little bit, okay? So now what we're gonna do, we're just gonna go in steps. So let's place the hands on the inside of the leg. Should be within alignment with the foot. And here we're in this box-like position. And all you're going to do here is push forward with the hips, going only as far as you can go. You're going to shine that heart forward and lift up the chin. So you can keep the hands here. What I like to do is go to the fists. So it just depends on what you like to do. And just pushing forward, nice deep breaths. And always remembering that connection of the breath helps us to balance the body so we can have a better stretch. Deep inhale for 4 counts, deep exhale for 4 counts. It looks like my cat really likes doing these videos with me. So now we are going to go deeper. If you don't want to go deeper, stay here, or you can go back to the knees to relax. So this right hand now is going to go flat onto the mat. Sorry, this left hand is going flat on the mat. And you want to keep this arm nice and straight, okay? What we're going to do is turn the hips to the left. So we're going to turn it down towards the mat, turning the leg with you, and we're going to take the right hand and bring it to the lower extremities of the spine. And you're going to allow the hips to relax down towards the mat. Nice deep breaths. And of course, this is your practice, so if I am in a pose for too long or for too short of a time, just make sure that you take these poses and make them your own. So we're going to take this right hand, we're going to bring it back, we're going to rotate that hip, go ahead and tuck this left toe, and we're going to start to move backwards. Now, the more advanced pose is coming onto the toe and stretching and straightening that front right leg. As we're here, if you're feeling already, oh, that is too intense, I want you to come up here to the knees, straightening that leg out here, bending the torso forward, placing the hands to the side of the body here on both sides, and relax the head down. So finding which pose is the best for you, and we'll just be here for a couple of breaths. All right, so we are going to come up and we are going to switch. So good job. That can be intense for a lot of people, and it can also be easy for a lot of people. But then again, we are working with that psoas muscle, okay? We store so much tension and fear from our whole entire life in this psoas muscle. Sometimes it can be really hard to release. So now we have this left foot forward. Again, you don't want it out straight, and you don't want it so far into the body where your heel is up. So you want to have it about 3/4 of the way out, hands on the knees. Now we're working on the other side. So you're going to push forward on your exhale. You can shine that heart forward, lift up the chin a little bit. Deep breaths here. Then we're going to come back, hands to the side of the body now. So we are going to lift the hands up to the head If it's too much for you, just keep your hands on the knees and do this one again, okay? Take a deep inhale, inhale, and exhale, pushing forward, lifting those hands up. So you can stay forward. Right, to come back. All right, so going just like we did on the other side. Let's heel toe this left foot out to the side, and we're gonna bring those hands on the inside of the leg. I'm gonna find it within alignment with that foot. Right now we look like that square. From here, you're just going to push the body forward, shining the heart forward, lifting up the chin. Like I said before, I like to go to my knuckles on this pose. It's up to you what feels the best for you. So deep breaths here. So you can stay here, or if you need a break, you can take a break. We're going to move in deeper. So taking the right hand flat on the mat, right arm is straight. Okay, you're gonna start taking that right hip, turning it towards the mat as far as it can go. Left hand's gonna come up, coming down to that lower lumbar of the back and allowing the hip to just fall towards the earth. Deep breaths here. You might feel that release with every breath. So trying to relax with each one of those breaths. So we want to move nice and slow. We're going to take this this left hand in front, and we are going to come back just like we did on the other side, tucking your toe. And if you can go all the way onto the toe, straightening that left leg, you're going to stay here and just relax down, relaxing the head. If this is too much, again, I want you to come up here, straightening the leg as far as it can, and relaxing down from here. This can be a very intense stretch. Finding your comfort zone, staying here for a couple of breaths. Okay, let's go ahead and come forward again. We're going to just sit on the mat here. You can face towards me. We have some more stretches to do. If you have if you have a blanket or a pillow, you can move it to the side. Okay, so you may feel that release. Okay, so placing the hands on the knees, we're just going to roll the neck a couple of times. So you may know by now, by watching these videos, that the rolling of the neck is so important. So make sure you go both ways. We really do store so much in the neck. And sometimes when we do those stretches on the lower extremities, it can cause tension up in the neck. So we're going to roll the shoulders. So the hands are on the knees. You're gonna roll the hips. And we're gonna go the other way. Okay, we're gonna sit up straight. So now we're going to do a pose called pigeon pose. Pigeon pose can be hard to get into. If you need your blanket for comfort or for support, you just make sure you have it nearby. What I'm going to do is teach you how to get into this pose in a very easy way, okay? The easiest way that I've seen anyways. So what we're going to do is we're going to place both of our feet out, dragonfly pose or straddle pose. And what we're going to do is get into this pose from here. This pose does work on the back side of the leg and those glute muscles, which is very important when working with that fight or flight muscle, right? Which is around the hips. So we want to make sure to also release this one as well. So let's take this left leg in this way, okay? And what we're going to do is turn now to the left, placing both hands on both sides of the knee, okay? And we are going to be doing a rotation with this hip, which is working with that psoas muscle, okay? So as our hands are here, we're gonna start turning to the left and rotating this leg till it's all the way on the top. We might be up high here. You're gonna relax this right leg down as much as you can. Now you're gonna start to feel maybe a pinch or a stretch in the left leg. You can stay here if this is good enough for you. If not, we're gonna start to lean over, relaxing here. And if you like, you can place your palm on top of palm or your fist on top of fist and relaxing the head right onto the fist. Or if you have your blanket nearby and you want more comfort, you can kind of just hold it tight and relax into the pose. So all of these are okay, just finding your comfort zone. We'll be here for a couple of breaths. From here, place the hands again on the side of your knee and you're gonna push straight up. When we push straight up, it pushes into that psoas muscle on the right side and only going as far as you can go. If you are feeling super flexible today, you can arch back slightly and just pushing into that psoas muscle. So we're gonna relax here, and getting out of this is just as easy as we got in. So you're gonna start to turn to the right, coming back to the front. Just turning over this hip. And now we're back in that half dragonfly position, okay? Okay, let's go to the other side. If you wanna move your blanket or your pillow to the other side, do that. All right, so let's switch here. Now we're gonna go to the right side, placing both hands on the side here. Just as we did on the other side, we're going to rotate this hip forward. So we're going to rotate as we come into our position here. We're going to be pretty high when we're here, so you want to push that left leg, relax it down as much as possible. If you want to stay here, this is a great position. Going deeper, relaxing the body right over the knee. Palm on palm or fist on fist. If you want your blanket for extra comfort, this can be an intense pose. You can do that as well. Finding your comfort zone. We'll be here for a couple of breaths. Right, on your next inhale, we're going to push up out of this, placing the hands to both sides of the knee. You're going to push straight up, and as you do that, it's pushing into that psoas on the left side. If you want to go deeper, you can push even more, arching the back, lifting up the chin. Only go as far as you can go. So we are going to get out of this the same way. So you're going to roll that hip back to the left as we come out of the position. And we're going to come back into that straddle pose here, or that dragonfly position. Just go ahead and have the hands on the knees. Having the hands on the knees is always a grounding gesture. Take a deep breath here, deep inhale, deep exhale. To the side of the body, deep inhale, deep exhale. And let's do one more. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Okay, so let's go ahead and move into a laying position. So as we lay down into our position here, again, if you have that back pain, keeping those knees up, okay? If not, go ahead and let those legs go as flat as they can be. And you're gonna point your toes down as far as they can go. Reach those hands up as high as they can go. Great big body stretch. And we're going to relax here. Let's bring those knees back up. We are going to do the windshield wiping movement with the knees, releasing from those hips and psoas. So we're going to move from side to side. If you want to stay longer, you can, or move faster, you can do that as well. So we're going to let the knees fall to the right. Now we're going to take the right ankle. We're going to place it on the outside of the left leg. And you're gonna pull that left leg down towards the mat for a deeper stretch here. Relaxing the hips, using your breath. Each deep breath that helps you to release the muscles, tendons, or fascia tissue. So just relax. Each deep breath. Okay, we are going to come back up again. We're going to go to the other side. So placing both feet on the mat. And let's go ahead and let the knees fall to the left. We're going to bring that left, placing the ankle side of the right leg and pulling to the earth. Let's bring that back up. And we're going to Shavasana. It's always so good for the body. So healing, rejuvenating. Okay, and releasing. Yeah, we're going to move into the Shavasana. So placing those feet onto the ground. Legs are relaxed. Arms are to the side, and when the hands are to the side here too, you want to make sure the palms are up. And when we're in the Shavasana this time, it'll be a little bit different than the other Shavasanas. We really did a deep stretch and release on that psoas muscle. So the body might feel tingly. You might have a euphoric sensation. So just invite it in, enjoy the healing, and just relax. Deep belly breaths. Always relaxing that eyebrows towards the ears, relaxing the ears towards the earth. Making sure there's no tension in the jaw, releasing the teeth, and just relax.